We've all heard of global warming, and in Glasgow it's warming up. It's went from -11 to -9. The Rangers are coming, and I'm telling you, it's for real this time. On back to Fog Football. It is the SPFL review show, the last one before Christmas. I got what I wanted before Christmas. Celtic dropping points. Did you get what you wanted before Christmas, Jambo Bear?
I did, off the bottom of the table. And Celtic dropping points. So I got two presents. Get it right up you. But speaking of two, we have to go in to League Two.
Woo! Clyde 2! Oh, speaking of 2. 2-0.
Aye.
it's down to rock bottom straight away. Anyway, aye, 2-0. Then it was 5-1, East 5. How crazy is that one? That's absolutely bogging Gary Anderson. What a wanker of a man you are.
Thank you. Gary Anderson, absolute prick. So
He's a Rangers man.
Well, I mean, they should be used to losing. Send us some money, guys. We super chat. Gary Anderson, £150 doing the bets tonight. So, you want to help us out then?
Aye.
Colin, where are you?
Where are you, Colin? Right, Edinburgh City 1, Elgin City 0. Peterhead beat that body that grows 2-0. Stirling Albion 1-1 with Stranraer, and then that takes us in to the league table. And as you can see, Peterhead sit top for 5, Elgin City up there, 3 points between the top 3. Then you've got it pretty close in. Bonnyrigg Rose up there despite their wee points deduction.
Yeah, Edinburgh City though with a game in hand. If they win that, they can go a point behind Elgin. So I mean, all of a sudden here,
Close at the top.
Edinburgh City, could we be looking at the revival? People expected them, obviously relegated last year, expected to drop off out of the pyramid again, and they've said no to that.
Well, they have said no to that. They definitely have. But I tell you what, I'll say yes to League One, because League One is where the big boys play. It was 4-0 to Arbroath.
There's no bigger boys than Arbroath, and they delivered a 4-0 pumping of Annan Athletic. Double
Fantastic.
A. Well, I think those batteries ran out a long time ago.
They did. Cove Rangers 2 against another double A. They got the substitutes in. They still didn't work.
Double A must have been Tesco life.
Absolutely.
They're quite Duracell.
Kelly Hearts 2-0 against Queen of the South.
All the batteries have malfunctioned this week, man.
They have.
Maybe you should try triple A's. They get the job done.
Montrose get scudded by Dumbarton.
Right.
Remember the preview show? Smart Barton? Doesn't work that, Eric. Right, 1-0 Inverness. Then that was us.
Big Paul Allen there.
Paul Allen. Here is the League One table.
Arbroath leading the way. Kelty Hearts chasing them down. It's a bit weird having a team called Hearts up in second place, but...
Arbroath for nowhere, weren't they?
They put together a good winning run there to obviously start climbing the table, so congratulations to them. I would say their home form's a wee bit poor, not necessarily results-wise, but just the fact they've only scored 9 goals. A goal a game.
Yeah, and conceded 8, that is pretty poor.
Whereas away from home, they're averaging 2 goals a game.
Yep. And obviously at the bottom, Inverness and Dumbarton both with wins. Can they close the gap to those above them? Into the Championship we go. Airdrie beat 2-0. Not surprised, folks.
Aye, look, Airdrieonians, I mean, I don't want to say they're down, but I think they're down.
Aye, they're down. Falkirk won 1-0 against Hamilton, back to winning ways.
Although, if a 9-point lead at the top can be overturned, why can't a 9-point lead at the bottom be overturned?
That's very true. Greenock Morton 2-0 against Dunfermline. Dunfermline pretty shite. Ayr defeated Livy.
Yeah, that's taking a lot of pressure off Falkirk, to be honest. But it keeps Ayr United in with the title fight.
It's a result
I
welcome, though.
Aye, yeah. You obviously don't want Livy to go up.
No.
Yeah, just, it is what it is. Poor attendance for Livy as well, in my eyes. Should have done a wee bit better there.
And then into the game on Friday, Rafe Rovers 2-1 against Queen's Park. What did you make of the decision? Was the ball out of play?
Oh, it was miles out, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, well, not miles, but it was out.
Aye.
I mean, so that shouldn't have been given.
Shouldn't have been given, but Rafe won. So.
Scottish referees,
Aye, we need strong referees in Glasgow.
Nah, you don't get them.
Queen's Park felt the wrath. Right, up next, we've in Glasgow, screwed.
Alright.
There's the league table.
Yep.
Falkirk back to the top. Boom!
But you know what, this league's far from over.
Their home form will probably win them the league.
Yeah, 5 points, Falkirk lead over Livy, 7 points the lead over Ayr United. And I'm hoping that we do get a good three-way title fight. I think we will. We're at the halfway point. So, yeah, I see no reason as to why these 3 teams can't continue to be the best of the rest, or the best of everybody else, and push on.
Absolutely.
I still believe that Falkirk are the favourites. Wouldn't be surprised though if Livy end up winning it.
If Partick win their game in hand, I'll throw them into the mix.
No, I don't think Partick are. I don't think Partick are consistent enough. Normally, I predict them to win the championship, but
Undefeated at home.
yeah, I just don't think Partick are. For me, they'll get that fourth spot, and I mean they'll be a threat in the playoffs, absolutely, but I don't see them as title contenders.
Okie dokie, but into the Premiership with the big boys playing none bigger than Heart of Midlothian.
Title contenders maybe for next year, possibly.
This year.
Nah, I'm not that much an optimist. James Penrice scored on his birthday. Good delivery in for Forrester. James Penrice, good header into the back of the net. You got to love it. I think Hearts, we can see, got some good young players coming through. Penrice is still young. Then you got Forrester and Wilson both in their teens. So, I mean, yeah, this Hearts team, way too good to be where it was. And I don't know if Neil Critch...
where it was, because they're so far away from where they are.
I don't know if Neil Critch is the right man, to be honest, but I think if we do get the right man in and we get the right tactics and we get everything right, then I see no reason why we cannot reclaim our spot as the third best and third biggest team in Scotland, because for me, we are miles ahead of that shite show that lost to Hibernian.
Who's that?
The quarter season wonders, Aberdeen.
The quarter season... Woo! The quarter season wonders indeedio. But let's move on to Dundee United now. Celtic now. A case of the flu, lads. I don't know, but they were quite... Shite.
Aye. Well, let's talk about it then. Well, what are you talking about? What are you moving on for?
Your team's shite, mate.
No, right. The great.
Hold on, no. Neil Critchley said it was excellent. Fucking beating St Johnstone 2-1, and he thinks it's excellent.
We've sped through this to get to the Premiership, and you're cutting Hearts off after one goal. Nonsense.
What do you mean one goal?
I just discussed the James Penrice name having young.
Was that a penalty?
No, well, I mean, it might have been, to be honest, but I think it's harsh.
Do we need strong referees in the capital?
Look, if it could have went either way.
But it didn't.
I thought it was harsh.
Alright.
But it's two penalties that Penrice gave away in the space of 4 days. Thankfully, though, this one didn't cost us. But John Beaton, what can we say? Doesn't like the Huns.
No one was at Tynecastle.
Fuller. Well, no, hold on.
What?
The Ultras weren't.
What do you mean the Ultras weren't?
They didn't turn up.
Why not?
Just didn't.
What do you mean it didn't? I was joking because it's not saying anyone.
No, they were protesting the running of the club.
Well, here, I agree with that.
So it is what it is.
But would you describe this as excellent? Tell you what, it was a must-win game and he won it.
I thought it was a decent performance.
Excellent, though. Excellent beating St Johnstone like 5-0.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say a one-goal victory over
To me,
St.
this is the
Johnstone.
bare minimum. You've won.
Yeah, but look, no, I thought it was a good performance, alright? I will say that. I thought it was a good performance. Graham Carey scored the penalty. Gordon went the right way. Didn't they save it? Blair Spittle,
He's
though...
got an awful penalty record, you know.
Yeah, well, not today. Who, Gordon?
Aye.
Yeah, well...
Doesn't save him any.
Continued. Well, you know what, man? This penalties are fluky anyway. I don't really believe in being a great penalty kick stopper.
I think Tim Krul at the World Cup would like to disagree.
Nah, for me, I'm not gonna judge a penalty. I'm not gonna judge a keeper based on his abilities to save penalties. Anyway, Blair Spittle, good goal. Get Hearts back in front. Ball just drops it in the air. He times the volley to perfection. Should the goalkeeper have done better? I think the ball's close enough for the keeper to get something on it, but you know, it's just outside the box. There's a lot of power in there. There's a lot of bodies in between the ball and the goalkeeper. I'm not going to blame the goalkeeper too much. I think it's a good strike. I think Spittle connected way well, and yeah, I thought it was a good goal for Blair Spittle. I can understand looking at the goalkeeper, but for me, I just think with the amount of people in between Spittle and the keeper that he's probably short-sighted on seeing this, and that's why he's not made an attempt to save it. But it was really close to him, like.
No, it was. But yeah.
But he's just standing there, root it.
Aye, maybe he didn't.
But I tell you what, this is hard. This is hard to control and hit this precisely. So I think we should give Spittle a lot of credit rather than just say, you know what, goalkeeper should be saving that.
Absolutely. Speaking of credit, let's give Jim Goodwin credit. 0-0. Fantastic.
Well, now we're going to move. Yeah, let's move on. Jim Goodwin now. Celtic now.
It was just Jim Goodwin against.
It was a Jim Goodwin masterclass.
It was.
It was.
It absolutely was. It was fantastic.
Celtic had their millions and millions and millions of pound players there, but they didn't make a difference.
No, they didn't, because Jim Goodwin's the man. Because greatest manager in the land, apparently.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, like, but here, this.
Who would have thought when he took his wee duffel bag all those years ago? If
you can beat Acer Alkmaar, you can beat I was named Jim Goodwin, wasn't it? No.
No. Who was that?
Who was that then? Some guy that got sacked not long after.
Aye.
Who was that? Who was the Dundee United manager back then? It was that young guy, wasn't it? He was like interim or something.
He wasn't interim, he was a full manager. He was a Phil McCoy.
Wasn't Declan Glass, no.
Declan Glass? Is he not a footballer?
No, the guy that... Stephen Glass?
Aye, it was him.
Not listening, was it?
Yes.
The former Aberdeen man? No, you wouldn't have got a job.
Who got it then?
Who was the Dundee United manager when they beat Alkmaar? I need to know.
No, it was some guy with black hair.
Certainly wasn't Jim Goodwin.
No, of course it was. He was at Aberdeen.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Talk shine, I'll find it.
Celtic. There you go. Enough shite talk. Oh, nah. The Rangers, we're coming. I'm telling you. I'm absolutely telling you. The heat is on. I've had to take my Under Armour off. It's getting too warm here. -9. It's getting spicy. I can guarantee you. Who was the manager?
Jack Ross. That's the man
That's
right
the
there.
prick with the black hair. I remember.
You know what? I will go. I think Jack Ross is underrated.
Underrated, underused.
No, I think he done pretty good at times with United. No, he wasn't there long.
No, we didn't talk about this in the review.
His Hibernian spell was alright.
He's shite, move on. Right, we're moving
Hibs
on.
have been shite since Jack Ross left, but they're looking better now.
Was it a penalty? We didn't talk about it in the review. We've seen it on Sports Scene. Pretty bad tackle. I think I could have been a double red. I think you could have whipped it too.
Penalty?
No, a red.
You said, was that a penalty?
I meant a red. The tackle from the Celtic man on the Dundee United man.
Well,
I can't remember who they were.
I can't lie. I only seen the still frame.
Who was it though?
I believe it was Hatate.
That had a shite game. Yeah, you know what, man? You pause anything, it looks bad.
So I'm going to say no, because I've only seen one still frame. But I know that Dundee United fans weren't happy about it. But yeah, that's just the way football goes. You're always going to be unhappy from your team's perspective. But yeah, stills look bad no matter what angle. You can pause a still and you can make it look horrible. So I'm going to say no.
Tell you what, you can pause Dundee United 0, Celtic 0. I can't see it looking horrible.
No, that looks great. Keep that pause forever.
Keep that pause forever. Anyway, is that enough said about this game?
I don't think there's much to say.
Yeah.
Celtic never really done enough to win the game in my eyes. Weren't good enough.
Is our alarm bells ringing, or is Big Brendan going to be sleeping in on Christmas Day with his wee Gucci belt on, happy as punch?
We'll see. We'll see what Brendan Rodgers can muster up next time.
Yep.
I tell you what, if Celtic drop more points, especially at home, then I think there could be a wee bit of a cause for concern. But
speaking of cause for concern,
right. Keskin got a goal early on. I think it may have took a deflection when he went through the legs of the Hibernian defender.
I think it was his
Curled
best
in.
performance though in an Aberdeen shirt.
Yeah, no, he played good, but not good enough for Aberdeen to get the win. Johan.
Awful mistakes for Aberdeen.
Yeah, Johan got the equaliser after
the 6-0 against Celtic has killed them.
Yeah, Johan got the equaliser after mistake from Rubicic. We then got a Nicky Kiadin goal. And Martin Boyle finished off in the second half with a strike that didn't look that precise, didn't look that clinical. But the keeper, for some reason, couldn't get nothing on it. And you got to say, Hibernian thoroughly deserved this win here. Steve McLean, the referee, 18,000 people in attendance. Hibernian, I'm pretty sure, brought a decent travelling support up to Pittodrie. And I would not be surprised if we see the Pittodrie attendances begin to plummet, because you would be a brave man or a delusional man to believe that Aberdeen are going to get second now.
Oh, yeah, guy. It's done.
Now, I remember saying Aberdeen, for me to believe they were really challenging for second, they had to beat Rangers. And I said that even if they beat Rangers, I would still have Rangers slight favourites to get second. And that was with a 9-point gap.
Yeah.
And people were ripping the pish saying, it's over. This is the way it's going to finish. Celtic first, Aberdeen second. Two best teams in Scotland. You fast forward 2 months later and Aberdeen are shite. You can see when you're trying to compete at the top of the table, it's not the same as being at the bottom or mid-table. If you go half a dozen games when he wins, a 9-point gap quickly dies.
No, it does.
9 points over Rangers isn't a lot, because Rangers, right, are capable of going on a really good run.
Yep.
All it takes is Aberdeen to have a bad spell, and that 9 points will be... It happened to Celtic last season. And Celtic are way better than Aberdeen.
I'll put it this way.
And they seen an 8-point lead get overturned.
Aberdeen were at home against a pish Hibs team, and they've dropped points to Dundee United, who were playing Celtic. That's a shite weekend.
Aye.
And they also, I mean, Motherwell, you might have expected them to beat Kelly at home, but they did go down to 10 men. Joke of a decision later on that in a minute. But yeah, Aberdeen falling apart as to be expected. I think they'll finish 5th.
5th?
Yep.
Yeah, it could happen. Like, I think they'll probably get 3rd, depending on how quickly they can turn this around.
We are not far away from Jimmy feeling questions being asked. Not by me, by the way, by Aberdeen fans.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Teeling could unfortunately be the victim of his own success.
Yeah.
Maybe he was too good, if there's such a thing. Because sometimes expectations get carried away, and I think Aberdeen fans certainly got carried away.
No, they did. Rangers won.
But I'm just a bitter mini Hun, so like
that's it. Rangers won, Dundee 0. I've seen a lot of people greet about this. You know what? As I said yesterday, or whenever this gets uploaded,
decent goal for Tierney.
It was. You know what? 1-0 flattered Dundee, but at the same time, I'm not going to pretend it's fantastic.
You know what though? That's the one thing that would worry me from a Rangers perspective. See, I've said Rangers perspective, so if I use the term "we" here, I'm talking from that Rangers perspective.
Not the mini Hun.
No, before anybody tries to jump in, because if I'm speaking for a perspective of a team, then that means I'm looking at it from their side as one of their fans, right? So from a Rangers perspective, I would be worried because I think Tierney has been Rangers' best attacking player over the past couple of months, and he's the guy that they do not have signed for next season, obviously being only a loan deal. Doesn't look like Rangers are going to be able to afford him. I mean, they could, but to me, it's becoming a little bit similar to the Seema situation. Tillman as well, but
I think Tillman didn't want to sign, but I mean,
true,
the problems are still there.
I think like with Seema, it was quite clear that he was the guy that was providing the goals.
The positive I'll take from it, right, is the fact that we're actually getting good loan players in.
No, that is good, but like,
Cortez is the guy that's being signed, and he's shite.
But I just remember with Seema, it's like, you know, he was the one guy that seemed to be scoring all the goals. He was the creative player, the guy that's putting the ball in the back of the net. Yet he was like the one that Rangers weren't able to hold on to. And I'm kind of seeing the same thing here with Tierney. It's like, it's a shame that he's the one guy that seems to be above the rest because he's not the permanent Rangers player. So, yeah, and I mean, could they have got him for the amount of money they spent on Barami? Possibly.
Yeah. So, interesting to say the least, but Rangers win. You know what? The 1-0 may have felt disappointing yesterday. I think it feels good today, though.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned I had Tierney in a Hearts career mode.
Ah, you did. But you know what I mean?
He was good then.
The draw, this small victory will feel good today.
Not well,
I know I felt great yesterday, but... And you know what? You can laugh and you know, joke and whatever. I don't think there's a title race, but if Rangers do win on the 2nd, 6 points is better than 8. It's simple maths. So I did learn it in school, actually. You know what I mean?
Where are you getting the 8 for? Last year?
No, because if Celtic won the day, it would have been 8.
Right, okay. Right, well, that's absolutely.
Well, I'm saying it would have been 8 if Celtic Rangers beat them on the 2nd. But now it can be 6.
Yep.
So it's in Rangers' hands once again.
Well, technically, if Rangers win the last three,
technically, factoring goal difference, it's not really. But here, technically, that is in your hands. You just score lots of goals.
Look, see a month ago,
it was dead and buried.
I
thought it was going to be 25 points.
See, 6 weeks ago.
I don't think it will be that.
Maybe 6 weeks ago. See if you told Rangers fans that they would only be 6 points behind Celtic and they would actually be in front of Aberdeen, and I think they told you you're fucking off your head. I still think Rangers probably expected to beat Aberdeen, but to me, I didn't expect Rangers to catch Aberdeen this quickly.
No.
I expect it to be maybe more around March. Maybe close to the split.
Yeah.
But Rangers have already overtaken Aberdeen. They'll not look back. Aberdeen will never, mark my words, unless Aberdeen get like 3 games more than Rangers before Rangers play. Aberdeen will not re-overtake Rangers. It's just not going to happen. And I think that there is a genuine title fight depending on how the next few games play out. Celtic don't seem to be playing great. Rangers' next 2 games are pretty tough. I believe they're both away from home as well. So if Rangers win their next 2 and beat Celtic, that'll be 9 points, and that'll be a tough 9 points because I think it's St Mirren and Motherwell away, followed by Celtic at Ibrox.
Yeah.
If Rangers take 9 points out of that, then how can you not at least give them a small chance? I tell you what, I'll give Rangers more chance of winning a league title, 6 points behind Celtic, after beating them in an old firm and proving that they can actually do it under Philippe Clement, than I will give Aberdeen being level on points with Celtic. So if people were if people were giving Aberdeen the benefit of the doubt, then I'll give Rangers the benefit of the doubt. But the next 3 games are crucial. They have to win them.
Yeah.
And the Celtic game they must win, I think, just to prove they can beat them. But it's no good dropping points before that and then beating Celtic.
Forget about the league title. They just need to win the Celtic game to actually win. You know what I mean? So, is what it is. And it means a bit more when you can get the gap closer. Anyway, moving on. St Mirren 2-1 against Ross County. The red was a red. Should there have been more penalties in this game? Stephen Robinson thought so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I don't understand the outrage. I thought it was a clear second yellow.
Yeah. I know.
Can someone explain to me why this was controversial?
Maybe it was more red than yellow.
Nah, for me it was second, no complaints whatsoever. Right, St Mirren thought they should have had a penalty late on. I didn't see much. I mean, he had his arms wrapped around him, but
the guy fell into him.
I'm not convinced that's a penalty. Stephen Robinson was complaining like mental. But don't worry, because Oisin Smith secured the points. Good free kick. Went the way of the wall and the opposite way of the wall, and the keeper didn't save it. St Mirren players then ran away for the goal scorer, which I thought was weird. I get it, they were running towards their travelling fans, but I don't know. Normally, when you score a goal, the players run around the goal scorer. It's just a bit strange, but it's up to them. They
they got the 3 points. That's all that matters.
Like they can celebrate with whoever they want.
Exactly
whatever
right.
way they want.
Friday night football. I like this for Premier Sports. Continue it. Dan Casey's red though. Joke of a decision.
I don't think this is as bad a decision as people are making it. I'm not saying I believe he should get a red card, but it does look like he grabs him by the throat. Even if it was only for a split second.
Still a bad decision though. I know what you mean though.
No, I don't think it's a red.
Yo, it's never a red, right? I don't think it's a yellow. But, see, I'll be honest. You can see why they've given it.
But we've seen
more
this
than
in
other
football.
decisions.
If you lift your hands and you can be red carded, and Dan Casey for a split second does bring his hand up towards the throat area, and it looks like he may have a grip. So it's like,
I think this is just games being refereed to a different standard. I couldn't imagine in an Old Firm somebody getting sent off for this. Or an Ember Derby.
did Ryan Kent grab Scott Brown by the throat one game?
Grabbed, they fucking punched him in the face.
Alright, fair enough.
Or slapped him, whatever he did. Anyway, league table. So there is the league table. St Johnstone now sit bottom. It must feel good for Hearts not to be shite, and well, they're still shite, they're no bottom.
I keep laughing. We'll be there next year. We'll be there.
What about beat Hibs? You need to beat Hibs next Boxing Day. Right jab.
Be a good game, but you know what? It could go either way. I'm not super confident.
The top 6 are kind of pulling away for the bottom 6 in a way. Will Motherwell and Dundee United catch Aberdeen? I believe they will. And then you get the top 2 down to 9. So yeah, the Rangers away form though is absolutely disgusting.
What is a good season for Aberdeen from this point onwards?
Third.
What is unacceptable for Aberdeen? Do you think anything less than third?
Yeah, but I think they need to expect something like that.
What would they have took at the start of the season? Top 6? European qualification?
I think at least top 5. You want European?
Alright, I think if they got top 5 at the start of the season, they'd have been happy. But I think if they got top 5, I think if they get less than third,
We discussed it.
Well,
unless you win the Scottish Cup or something, then aye. But
look, it's not over for Jimmy Teal, and he can still have a good season. I think if he goes far in the Scottish Cup, if he can, finish third, then that's pretty good. But I'm just not convinced. I think they need to turn it around, and they need to do it quickly. Because it's beginning to, their good season is beginning to unspiral.
See another thing that we want to talk about though here. Look at Rangers' goals scored away compared to Celtic. I mean, Rangers' goals scored compared to anybody.
Game less. 2 games less actually, but...
Oh, aye, yeah, 2 games less, because that justifies what they've done.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, we've got 2 games here. Next 2 games. Let's speak about those next 2 games. Moving in to Boxing Day and the other game, match day after that. So, Boxing Day, 2 games on telly. Lot of action. What do you see?
I'll be phoning in sick to work. I'm not going in.
You're off.
I know, but
Aye.
it sounds a bit edgier if I claim I'm phoning in sick,
Aye. Alright, it could be should be a good game of action there. And then we've got Sunday as well, another full card there. Rangers against Motherwell at 3 o'clock on Sky. Weird kick-off, and you got the new firm So what you would expect here is Celtic to pick up 6 points out of 6. Rangers will need to pick up 6 points out of 6 to make that Old Firm game a wee bit more interesting. As for Aberdeen, away to Dundee United and away to Killie. Tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if that's 2 defeats. And if that's 2 defeats, when you look at who Dundee United are playing, well, if Dundee United beat St Johnstone, then they beat Aberdeen, they're right in there. As for Motherwell though, they need to survive because they're taking on both Old Firm clubs. So pretty intense, isn't it?
It is intense Sunday.
Also Ross County against Hearts.
Don't know if I'll be here.
Don't know, what, you going to rope it or something?
I might have to, well...
Judging off Edinburgh Derby game?
I could be sacked by Sunday, let's put it that way.
Aye, too many sick days.
Right.
Too many sick days to watch Scottish football.
Anyway, Brendan Rodgers had a sick day today and he dropped 2 points. Hopefully he can drop another 2 on Boxing Day.
Get that wee lemsip fired up, Brendan.
Aye, Lenny Miller, that's the only lemsip I need on Wednesday, Thursday. Come on! Celtic Park, come on Lenny. Get into them.
Was it Thursday?
Right.
Thursday, anyway, till then. Peace.